Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Generation Z podcast. This is episode 28, and in this episode, we are going to highlight 5 ways in which you guys can start to invest in yourself. We believe, both me and Marcus believe, that investing in yourself definitely probably has one of the best return on investments possible,
Yeah,
because of what it allows you to do is it allows you to get closer to becoming the best version of yourself possible. And the process of continuously investing in yourself and thus continuously growing both physically and mentally can help transform where you are right now and start to propel you on a direction to transforming your life for the better. And I think investing in yourself, personally, in my experience, starts with being honest with
yeah,
yourself, being
definitely.
brutally honest, and identifying that if you're in a position at the moment that you're not happy with, that only you can change in yourself in that position. And if you don't want to stay where you are right now, then we believe it's time for you to start investing in yourself and prioritizing yourself to be wherever you want to be in 2 years' time, 5 years' time, well, whatever the time frame.
You'll begin to understand throughout this podcast that investing in yourself is about changing your daily habits and shifting your mindset. And before we get into the first point, if you enjoyed today's podcast and find value in it, then subscribe or follow our podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. And we do also have a YouTube page as well, if you prefer to watch the podcast. So, step one, or the first way of investing in yourself, would be acquiring knowledge. So books is a great one.
Yeah,
Definitely
probably the best start, I'd
best
say.
and underrated, I think. Then you've
Hmm.
got videos, obviously, YouTube, so much content on there, courses, mastermind weekends, that kind of stuff. And then podcasts as well. So, first thing, self development books. Now, I think I speak for both of us when I say it's like one of the most life changing things that you can get into.
100%, 100%.
So it's literally the best investment you can make because you can improve any area of your life. And I'd say it's better than a video just because think of the knowledge you get from a 10-minute video and then think of 300 pages of knowledge on a specific subject as well. Like
Hmm.
you can literally open up a book on whatever you want and have loads of information for your exact need,
100%.
basically.
Yeah, and I think with self-development books, you can, with books just in general, you can have a collection of books and they're always going to be at your disposal. Like whenever you have a situation that a book had previously talked about, then you can go back and retrieve some of the knowledge that you learnt from there and kind of reiterate it. Also, I think highlighting, really
Yeah,
good with
definitely.
books. Just, and then when you look over, say you read a book a month for the next 12 months, that's, you don't realize how much knowledge that is that you're processing, rather than not getting into it at all and
Mm.
learning close to nothing.
Yeah, and that's a good point. You said like it's something that stays with you for life. It's not just a one time you read it and then that's you read that book. I've got a fair few books where every now and then I'll reopen them, go through
Exactly.
them. There's books like I've got one called Stop Worrying, Start Living. Literally any day you can flip to a page and find something that you're like, oh yeah, like I need to
Yeah,
stop caring
i'm
or
a,
something like that.
yeah,
You'll
yeah, I can apply it right now, type of thing.
Yeah, and then as you said, making notes, whatever, highlighting is really good. And I also use like sticky notes, just summarize the
Hmm.
chapters. So
Yeah,
then you can read the book basically in 5 minutes.
exactly.
And if you want more detail, then you flip through the pages and you've got all the highlighted stuff as well. So
And it's
condensed.
the stuff that you also find the most interesting from the book and the ones that you can apply the most. Like a lot of people, when they read a book, maybe they read the same book, then you're not always gonna acquire or look in detail at like the same information as someone
Yeah.
else. You know what I mean? Someone's
Yeah.
gonna benefit more from one chapter than another. And I think at this moment in time, there is really no excuse to be acquiring this new knowledge, because we have it's so easy to acquire
Yeah.
knowledge nowadays. You've got a smartphone where you can watch YouTube, you can buy courses, you can then just go on Amazon and you've literally got every book ever made probably you can buy off Amazon.
Yeah.
So you got to make use of it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And like for the price of it, still just touching on books quickly, like one I'm reading just now is called Think and Grow Rich. And it's a guy
Yeah.
that's done a study of over 500 people of how like their mindset kind of towards how they've got rich.
Hmm.
Think of the value in that, right? Study of over 500 financially wealthy people.
Yeah.
The book costs £5.
I know.
Like
I know. The
it's
value for
mental.
money is crazy.
Yeah, 100%. And just one last thing on books as well is like, even if it is 300 pages, sometimes you just literally take one sentence out of that book and it completely changes you. Like
Yeah,
one thing can stand out and literally just change the way you think.
exactly. 100%. I think also in terms of figures that you can start to acquire knowledge from, it it would be good, I'd say, to start looking into mentors. I don't mean mentors as in self-development mentors. A mentor can be an online coach
Yeah.
for fitness. If you're being honest with yourself and you know that you're not in the best shape, but you also don't know what to do, or you don't have the knowledge to apply in the gym, you don't have a lot of gym experience, then I think getting an online coach would set you like 2 years ahead,
If not even more, to be
even
honest.
more.
Because think about it, I don't even know everything right now, but if somebody was in a starting position
Yeah,
and got knowledge of me or another coach, right, who's been training for, I don't know, 10 plus years,
yeah.
instead of training for 5 years, making loads of mistakes, and then finally learning how to train,
Mm,
you learn to train instantly. So you get the progress of 5 years in like 2 years, basically, something like that. It's
yeah.
just a massive shortcut.
And it's also, I think, just touching on like the mentor aspect, I think a lot of people don't invest in mentors or an online coach because they don't see the value in terms of money.
They
They
don't see instant returns.
they don't see instant return, but
Mm.
I also think that people need to start looking at what they're actually spending their money on. If
Yeah.
it's clothes, if you're spending your money on expensive designer clothes, and then when you have the opportunity to have enough money to invest in an online coach and you say no because you're too busy buying clothes, then as we said at the start, I think it's about looking at your daily habits and just being like, is this what I'm paying here? Is this helping me, or is it just taking money away from me? Is it taking my time away
Yeah,
from me? You know
yeah,
what I
it's a good
mean?
point. Like, think about where you want to be in 10 years' time or something, right? Is your Gucci jacket going to get you that position in 10 years' time,
It's going
right?
to put you more in debt.
Exactly. Like, you do what you want. If you want to buy designer, go for it, right? Just don't start spending all your money on that kind of stuff when you could prioritize it a lot better.
And don't make an excuse that you don't have enough money to invest in yourself when you're
Yeah.
actually investing in stuff that isn't. Obviously, it could make you feel like more confident
Mm.
and could just help with your general mood. But with materialistic things, they give you that short
Short
burst of
dopamine, isn't it?
happiness for about a week or two, and
Mm.
then you forget that it's a Gucci jacket and you just
Mm.
see it as a jacket and you just put it
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
So I
I
think
think
acquiring knowledge definitely one through books and stuff, and like mentors is definitely got to be one of the best ways to invest in yourself.
Definitely. And think of it this way: what you're doing right now is determining who you're becoming. So if you want your future to be different from where you are now, then you need to start investing in that future. So read
100%.
5 pages a day, watch one YouTube video, right? Listen to a 10-minute podcast before you go to sleep. Seems like nothing. Do it every day. A year, you're completely different, right?
100%. And you will, and when you're able to apply that new knowledge, then you're gonna start to see that it's not, because it sounds like probably to a lot of people that investing yourself is something that shouldn't be enjoyable. Like, oh, I've got to read, like I have to, and it's just like, no, you either
Comes
want
fun.
to or you don't. And if
Yeah.
you want to, then you've got to take action, and if you don't, then you've just got to accept that you're not going to grow as a person because you're not trying anything different, you know what
I
I mean?
think Gary Vee says it like, it's not that you don't have time, it's just that you don't care enough for it. Which is so true.
It's about priority, about prioritize.
Yeah.
Prioritize. It's about priorities.
Priorities,
Sorry. Yeah.
prioritizing.
Prioritizing yourself.
There we go. So second point is looks. Now, looks do matter. I'm sorry to tell you that, but something I got off kind of like Mo Samuels. So Mo Samuels got his own kind of like business with 2 other blokes, and I saw him. I can't remember. It was one of those boys anyway. It started talking about halo effect. I found it pretty interesting. So if you dress better, if you look better, you get treated better. It's as simple as that. So imagine going into a shop and you're dressed in like, I don't know, trackies with a hole on the knee and like a hoodie or something, right?
Yeah.
The person at the checkout is probably not going to have a conversation with you. He's probably just going to scan your stuff and off you go, right? You go in a suit, they're probably going to think slightly different of you, maybe make conversation with you. Now, obviously, like that's just a small example, but it just goes to show like how you dress and how you look does determine how others perceive you. So
100%.
looks do matter.
Yeah. A lot of lads, I think, have the perception, like from a girl's standpoint, that looks don't really matter, and it's all about the personality. But
biggest lie.
It's the biggest lie, mate. Like at the end of the day, lads, you've got to look good. You've got to be physically attractive to then be like have an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like no one. I think looks can be. You can change. You can help improve your looks in so many different ways. Like I think grooming is one huge one.
Yeah, definitely.
Like just looking sharp, regular haircut. I would also say that smelling good, fucking huge. It's so huge. Like it's just a given. No one likes to be around someone who doesn't smell good. And if you do smell good, then I'm sure you're just gonna be, I don't know, maybe like more approachable because it's like self-respect, isn't it? It's showing that you are making an effort. That's what it's
actually
kind of
smells is probably underrated because if you walk past somebody and you smell their aftershave or perfume, well, fuck, it smells good. Or if you're having a conversation with somebody, it kind of gives you a better perception of them, literally just through their smell.
Exactly.
Sounds weird, but it's true.
It's very powerful.
And as you said, regular haircuts every few weeks, but also just like no scraggly beard or like if you've got a massive bush under your armpit, like it's not...
just literally just like general cleaning, essentially.
And the word, don't say it's gay, all right? You're making yourself look better to the opposite sex. It's literally the opposite of gay. So don't give me what you shave your armpits, that's well gay. Is it?
Says who?
Yeah, exactly. Even shit like Fake tan. I sometimes use a bit of fake tan because I'm
Mm,
very pale.
yeah.
You want if you want to use something to improve the way you look from your perspective, then do it. Because if you look good, you feel
Yeah,
good. If you feel good,
exactly.
you're more positive.
It's
Right?
such a confidence booster.
Yeah,
I think if, as you said, if if you're wanting, if you've identified something about yourself that you're not happy with, and you then make correction and make something better of yourself from that, then that's just going to instill so much like confidence into you. I think recently my biggest one was probably skin.
yeah, yeah,
Just generally, I thought to myself I was quite spotty, like
yeah,
just like in general. And I think skincare is huge, and not a lot of men really do it. And I think it starts with just investing and prioritizing a healthy diet.
definitely.
Just no low sugar diet, because sugars and processed foods and stuff, that's going to lead to unhealthy skin.
Yeah.
At least drinking 2 liters of water a day. Just general hygiene, I think, is huge.
Yeah, definitely. And I can speak from experience on skincare. I used to have bad acne around my face. I'm telling you, before you buy any product, try sort your diet out a bit. You'll probably find that you have certain trigger foods. So mine is
Mm,
literally just chocolate. If I eat chocolate, I just get spots. I can't
yeah.
help it. It just is that. But
Hmm.
yeah, skincare, um, even things like plucking your eyebrows, having a shave, like
Hmm.
don't give me all of this gay stuff. Like, as I
Yeah.
already said, I
Yeah.
know people sometimes say it to me, I don't care. I,
At the end of the
I
day,
don't
yeah,
care.
you're not me, so
Yeah, I'm not the one losing sleep over it. So,
yeah, exactly. Like it's benefit. That's exactly it. It's about being selfish in that regard, and putting yourself to the highest standard possible.
mm,
And once you're on that high standard of looking good, as we said, and then feeling good, you're going to begin to operate on a higher frequency, just in terms of confidence. Like you're going to stand taller, your general mood, you're just going to be happy more often, you're going to be less stressed.
yeah.
And yeah, I think yeah, imagine having a halo effect over you. It's just like if you feel good, then you're going to look good. So
And then you also attract more kind of stuff that's with that positive vibe as
mm,
well.
new opportunities will definitely come your way when you're just operating on a higher frequency, because what you emit, you attract.
Yeah.
If you're emitting low confidence, low self-esteem, kind
Or
of,
if you say, oh, all the bad stuff always happens to me, guess what? You're
yeah,
going to find more
victim,
stuff to complain about, all right?
exactly. So yeah, 100%.
So, third one is time, and your time is one of the most, if not the most valuable things that you possess. So, you've got
Hmm.
to prioritize yourself with time. We've said it 100 times. This podcast probably by now. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So,
Mm,
don't waste your time on, especially negative people. Do not waste your time on negative people because it'll just drain you of energy as well. People that
exactly.
support your goals, sack them off. They're not helping you. They're not going to get you anywhere. Just leave
Hmm.
them. Like,
100%.
other people's problems are not your problems. That sounds very selfish, right? Unless it's something small like, oh, can you give me a hand with this? Yeah. If it's somebody that's every time you speak to them, just constantly talking about their problems, what's going wrong in their life,
Mm.
get rid of them, mate.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
out of
because
there.
at the end of the day, we I think we said that in Friends or Foes and Toxic Relationships podcast. It's just a case of assessing who is going, who wants to be in contact with you, in terms
Mm,
of who's wanting to be in your social circle to benefit your life, who's actually looking out for you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people probably couldn't name one person or a couple of people who they could call on in a situation for them to help them. And sometimes that might even be like their friends, say, and you may have been friends for like 10 years, but
Mm.
as you grow and you start to invest in yourself and you start to see that these sorts of people are only using you as like an emotional pillow for them to just vent their frustrations of life on you, and only communicate with you when it's in their best interest.
Yeah.
That's such a massive waste of time.
Huge.
Couldn't
Yeah.
you just distance yourself, not completely break off a whole friendship and be like, I'm not talking to you anymore, bye, block?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's brutal. Like, there's
Don't be
no
that
need for
guy.
that. But just limit who you spend time with.
As I said, like a second ago about getting selfish, like it is getting selfish, but by being selfish, you're actually being selfless. And I'll explain. So if you're around people and they really lack confidence, every time you go outside, they're like, oh, why are you doing that? People are going to stare, all that kind of stuff, right? You're going to feel very judged. You're going to be like them. You're going to have low confidence.
Mm,
If you become selfish and prioritize yourself, so maybe you read books, you gain a load of confidence, right? People see you doing this stuff. You will then affect those people around you and improve their lives. So I can speak personally from this. I start reading books, I post about it, I work out, I've become more confident, right? Now I've got mates that are like, oh, do you mind like if I borrow one of those books or something? I've kind of seen you progress. Do you mind if
mm,
I kind of like learn what you're doing? So
exactly.
by spending a bit of time myself, I've actually helped other people around me because they've seen what I'm doing and they go, oh, right, so I can become like that. Right, let's do it.
And I also think that that in itself differentiates people who you should and kind of shouldn't have in your life,
Yeah,
in the respect of you're reading and you're bettering yourself, and that is influencing people around you or in your circle to make themselves change as well. And then that can start to separate the people who are your mates and who can both benefit from each other and motivate each other, inspire each other, and it separates that from the people who shouldn't be in your social circle ever, because they don't want something better themselves. They don't really want to succeed. They're kind of in that state of mind where, oh, life is just going to come to me.
mm, yeah,
And once you realize and start investing in yourself, you will realize that life just does not get handed to you. At the end of the day, it's all about what you do with your time that dictates where you're going to be.
yeah. Like it's literally down to you,
Mm,
which is why you need to spend your time so wisely. And I think just one final point on this is meditation. So meditation is obviously
it's
a
huge
key
for
example of
a
spending
lot
time on
of
yourself.
successful figures using meditation.
Yeah, literally, it could be 5-10 minutes just to spend time, with time with yourself. And in that 5-10 minutes, you can literally go from being anxious, being worried, having loads of thoughts to just calm, positive, whatever.
It's like a reset, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It literally is. It's just a reset of the day. If something's going bad, meditate or do it first thing in the morning. That's what I personally do.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe do it in the morning to get in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
And maybe if you've got a particularly stressful or busy day that is just getting quite overwhelming, and you've got a good like 10 minutes, or you prioritize yourself and give yourself 10 minutes to meditate and reset the clock, reset your emotions, how you're feeling, and then just kick on from there. And because at the end of the day, if you're waking up or you're operating through the day on a low frequency where you're just like everything's going bad and every time, and like that's being reaffirmed to you all the time during the day, like you're just getting the negative situation out of everything. Reset, get in a positive state of mind, and then kick on.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people start the day on a negative note and let that dictate their whole day.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
meditation is such a good solution for that, I think.
100%. So 4th point would be health. So this is gym, working out, food, nutrition. So happy body, happy mind. I mean, pretty simple. I speak from experience with that as well. If you either look good physically or you're just eating well, you will literally be more positive.
Yeah.
It's a direct correlation.
Yeah, I think so. What you feed yourself, or how you feed your body shows on the outside. You can physically see that
Yeah.
in someone's skin, for example. If it's very spotty and
I mean, they could just have acne.
they could have acne,
Yeah.
but there is a difference between, I think, having acne. You can spot the difference between someone who has acne and someone who just has genuinely bad skin. Like
I think,
I,
yeah, I see what you mean.
I'd say so personally. So, for example, if you've got a balanced diet of fruit, veg, meat, all the kind of essentials that you'd need in a diet, and reducing liquid calories and reducing sugars and all that sort of stuff, you're not going to have bad skin if you're feeding yourself good foods.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
and the other way around, if you're going out and buying meal deals, if you're going out and buying pizzas and burgers and drinking a load of beer and not
Yeah.
feeding your body with the stuff that it typically likes, it's going to show in terms of spots and greasy skin and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing that I think is mad is that people a lot of the time will say that they can't afford to eat healthy, but
Yeah.
you should be,
Excuse, bro.
yeah, you should be your number one priority. If you're spending money on, let's say again, designer clothes, right? You're spending money on that over your own health, over your own like biological functions and stuff like that.
Well-being, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
100%.
need to feed yourself correctly just to perform well if you're going to the gym, but not just in that regard, but just to be healthy in general, have a positive mindset. Like,
Mm-hmm.
think longevity as well. Like, if
Yeah,
you're severely overweight or your skin's bad through nutrition, you're just showing lack of respect to yourself. And that lack of respect is being shown to other people through the way that you look.
and yeah, no one's going to respect, if you don't respect yourself, no one's going to respect you. Same as if you don't learn to love yourself. And that's what I think investing in yourself really drives home, is prioritizing yourself, self-love. And if you are prioritizing that, then you're gonna people are gonna be able to give that to you at the end of the day. And I think just that health aspect of correct foods, physical exercise, going to the gym, lifting weights, it's not gonna improve you just physically and what you look like. It's just gonna help you so much in
Yeah,
the mindset
there's a
department
strong
of,
correlation between them.
yeah, because let's all be honest, when we look in the mirror and we like what we see, how do we feel about ourselves mentally? Like
Yeah,
we
exactly.
feel incredible. We're just like, and any sort of negative opinions or whatever, they just brush over your head because you're like,
Yeah, you
I'm
don't take it
content
with you.
with how I am at the moment, so I don't need any validation for that.
Exactly, mate. And just one final point on this would be, if you decide to work out as well, you're not just going to the gym, lifting weights, and going back home. What you learn from going out, from training, and the whole fitness lifestyle carries over into different areas of your life. So, one thing for me would be routine. So,
Mm,
you learn to have your pre-workout meal, you go to the gym, your post-workout meal, you fit it in with your schedule. If you go into the gym, you have to think, right, when can I go? You start planning things around that. You plan your day out, gives you a routine. Then in terms of diet as well, dedication, persistence, if you want a good body, you've got to do it consistently over a long period of time. What you
mm,
learn through routine, dedication, persistence can literally be applied to business as well.
mm.
If you do something every day consistently and dedicate yourself to it, you're going to be successful in that as well. So it carries over.
Yeah, I think what you just said there about routine is huge. A lot of people, before, when it comes to investing in yourself, particularly me, when I started investing in myself, I did have a huge look at my routine, and I was looking like, what am I doing at this moment in time? And as we said at the start, what daily habits am I doing throughout the day? And then from there, I think you can identify bad habits and then start to replace those bad habits with good habits. So, for example, at the moment, let's say you're getting up at 10:30. If you were to look at that and be like, right, I'm getting up at 10:30, I've missed potentially 3.5 hours worth of work, productivity, investment if I were to just get up at 7.
You could fit in a gym session in that time.
You
Travel
can
to the
fit,
gym, get it done, and get back in that time.
and then you can start your day from there. And I think a lot of people, like today, I went to the gym this morning, which I usually don't do, but I think I prefer it because once you come out of the gym, you're in a positive state of mind, and
Yeah,
you're operating and vibrating on a far higher frequency. So
and you're
that's just gonna,
energized as well.
and you're energized, and that's just gonna set up the day for confidence.
Yeah.
Just no matter what, because you feel good. You're gonna be like, right, I've done gym. I'm on a roll. I've
What's
like
next?
got up, meditated. Let's say you get up, meditate, go to the gym, and you're home by 10:30. Like,
Doing
to
bits,
me,
man.
that's a fucking good start.
Yeah, exactly. And it will carry over. Literally, just as we said, you've done that task, you've done next task. What's next? Tick that off. Tick that off.
Exactly,
Ticking boxes.
mate. Yeah, 100%.
So, final one, which is very important if you're a student as well, would be take control of your finances. When you're our age, I think it's very easy to just think, oh, I started getting some money. I'm not relying on my parents anymore. I can just kind of spend it on this, spend it on that.
Student loans
Student
come through.
loan, exactly. If you spend your student loan on just constantly new clothes,
Going out,
having,
takeaways.
yeah, expensive bottles of alcohol, something like that. Like you can save some of that money and literally be a lot more comfortable on the other side of uni, let's say. Or
Hmm.
maybe you're just working a job and you want to start something on the side, save 100 quid every, I don't know, month, 2 months. At the end of the year, you might have a grand to kickstart something. Or you
Exactly.
might finish uni and have some extra cash to start something that you want to do. And I think just one more thing on student loans as well is it's not you get that money, you have to spend it before your
Mm.
next student loan comes in. You're
Mm.
allowed to save your money.
Mate, yeah, that's exactly the same as what I was thinking of. That can be applied to a job.
Yeah.
once you get your paycheck through, you don't have to spend it all on that first weekend and then live on nothing for the next 3 weeks until you get your next paycheck. I think a lot of people need to start to gain control over their spending habits, because 9 times out of 10, people who get money and just spend it straight away, 9 times out of 10, I feel that they're probably quite stressed because they have a lack of money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That is
like,
very true.
it's you don't need to buy new clothes every month,
Yeah.
and
And actually,
start saving money.
yeah,
Uh,
I just wanted to say, like, you were talking about spending habits. Is what you're spending your money on, is that improving you as a person? If not, then why are you buying it? And when I say that,
exactly.
I don't mean 100% of your income has to go on self-development or anything like that.
No.
Obviously, you can go to the pub, buy your clothes, whatever. But just if the majority of your money is going on stuff that isn't improving you as a person or is giving you a short bit of excitement, like a new t-shirt, like
Mm.
a couple pints at the pub, you
Mm-hmm.
feel good for a day, and
Mm.
then after a week, as you said, your t-shirt is just a t-shirt, or you're hungover,
Yeah.
then you need to step back and think, right, if I buy, maybe even say, instead of buying 5 pints, I buy two, that's 10 quid saved, right? 10 quid a
Mm.
week. It adds up. Like,
100%. Yeah, I think about, in terms of controlling your finances, the money that you can potentially be saving each month and reinvesting that into your future and what you truly want to achieve in life, it's it's going to be so much more beneficial for you to begin to do that now. I think
yeah.
a lot of people get to about 20, 25, and they or 20, 30, and they think that, oh, it's too late.
Mm,
But it's like, in what way is it too late? You know
yeah,
what I mean? And also, I
exactly.
think a lot of people underestimate investing in stocks.
Yeah.
Coronavirus has come about and it's fucked the economy quite a bit, as we all know. But I think if you were to potentially look into investing into stocks now, and then using just a long-term strategy of investing in top 6 tech companies, and then just leaving that money, don't place a lot of emphasis on continuously looking at whether it's gone up or down.
Mm,
Have a long term, like 5 year strategy where you just, what I've been doing is, what I was doing through summer with working, I was putting in about 40-30% of my month's wages into a trading account.
mm,
And if you think about that, if you've got a job and you're earning, let's say you're earning over £1,000 a month, just part-time job standard, and you're investing 300 quid a month into stocks over a year, the portfolio that you're going to have at the end of the year will be close to like £3,000.
adds
And
up.
and in this market that we're in right now, the only trajectory that most stocks are going to be going up from now is up. So I
Mm,
think it's just about being aware of the opportunities that you have.
yeah. And as we said earlier as well, mentors, you could even pay somebody to give you advice on what
Exactly.
stocks to buy instead of spending hours and hours and hours going through what all the different ratio means and stuff like that. Set
Yeah.
somebody a bit of money, you're probably going to see a return on that money as well.
100%,
And
because at the end of the day, they're there to help you. They're
mm,
not just going to take your money and not teach you anything.
exactly. And as well with stocks and student loans, like if you get 1.4k student loan. I know it's roughly about that. I think it might be three, but let's say 1.4, right?
Mm,
Your term is 10 weeks. and you're spending 70 quid a week, that's very normal, I'd say.
Mhm.
That's 700 quid you need for that term, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got 700 spare. You could put 400 into savings, 300 into stocks. That way, you've got what you need for uni. If you do have any unexpected costs, you've got your savings. Then that 300 quid is just sat there growing
Yeah.
and growing.
Yeah.
So
It's about budgeting.
yeah,
Budgeting, I think, is
be
just
smart about it.
huge. Yeah, being extremely smart with your money, because money is something that
We all
you,
want.
you all want, and we want more of it. So it's also about creating multiple streams of income, whether that's investing into stocks, because stocks can make you money overnight. At the end of the day, if you invest in one stock, it does pretty well over the week. Like it's constantly, if it's like a good sort of, say, Tesla, you get
Yeah,
you get in pretty well in Tesla. And there was a rate during lockdown. It was mad. Like, I'd
it was
invested into
insane.
Tesla, and it
Yeah,
was going up by like 100 quid a day.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
mad.
and I didn't even do anything.
No, it just sat there making money.
It just sat there, and it just made money for me. Obviously, I've lost it now because it went back down. But I've got the long term strategy and the long term thinking of, right, I'm investing in it now, but I'm not going to be taking money out of that account for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think just one final thing on stocks as well is just, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to invest in, because obviously if you listen to me and it goes bad, then I might be a bit in
Getting an
trouble.
angry
Yeah,
DM.
but just think, like, I think it's always just, is that company could exist in 10, 20, 30 years?
Mm,
Yeah, if it probably is, then it's probably a good investment. Yeah,
yeah,
you might make, I don't know, 20 quid a year, right? Maybe something small like that. But it is better than investing
yeah.
something and
Just,
then you lose all your money, right?
just doing your research.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the
It's
end of the day, like, stock market is gambling. Like, let's not get it twisted. So you do have
mhm,
to be careful, which is why I would say get a mentor or just spend a lot of time learning. But
100%.
I don't know if you've got anything else to add on finances, mate.
Um, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, to end off this point. This is like, yes, this is the final point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say that a lot of people, and especially me, one of my objectives is just to achieve financial freedom and become rich, because that opens up so many possibilities and opportunities, and you're able to live life. Like, the opportunities that you get through being financially free is great. But I think a 9 to 5 job will not allow you to achieve being financially free. I don't think, in my personal opinion. I don't believe that a 9 to 5 job is going to allow you to achieve the financial freedom that you want until maybe you're 60 and you've got your pension, and that's the
I
thing that
see what you mean.
you're relying on.
I think it depends. Like, if you're going into a job with the attitude of just, oh, this is just my job. I'm
Hmm.
just here for the day, the week, then I go home for the weekend. If you can't see yourself progressing in that job and working your way up the ranks, then yeah, of course you're going to stay on the same salary. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're working your way up the ranks,
Hmm.
yeah, you can achieve financial freedom, I'd say. But
Mm.
you've you've
I think
got
it's
to go
about
into it.
exercising your entrepreneurial just mindset of, I don't want to be reliant on this job for me to
Mm,
do what I want to do
I see
in
what you mean.
life. I want to be my own boss. I want to use the money that I'm investing, or the money that I'm saving, to pump it into a potential business that is going to allow me to become financially free a lot
Mm.
quicker than a 9 to 5 job is. I think it's
Yeah,
about being ambitious.
I think just one final thing here is we say financial freedom. Financial freedom for one person might be 1 million.
Yes.
Financial freedom for another
Yeah.
person might
Mm.
be 30K. It's
100. Yeah.
it's not there is no certain number where you hit a number and go financially free.
And that's not a
It's
limit as well. It's
yeah,
not,
it's
oh, I'm going to cap myself at 30 grand.
yeah, it's how much can you live off? If you can live off 30 grand a year and you're earning 40, you're
Mm.
financially free. So
Yeah.
it comes back to, again, getting
Mm.
control over your spending habits. If you
Hmm.
don't spend that much, guess what? You're going to become financially free a lot quicker.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah.
But I think that's it for today. So
Hmm.
we'll just go, I'll just give a little summary again. So the first bit was acquiring knowledge, books, videos, courses, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. Looks do matter. Don't be told, oh, it's all about the personality. Looks matter, mate.
Looks matter.
Time, the most valuable thing you have. Don't waste it on people who aren't supporting you. Don't waste it on negative people, especially negative people, right?
Yeah.
Health, work out, look after yourself, eat good food, respect yourself. Like, don't spend money on,
Place yourself to the highest standard possible.
yeah, if you're not spending money on your health or investing time into your own health, then I can't help you. And then fifth,
You're done out here.
you're done, mate. It's nice knowing you. And fifth would be take control of your finances. What? Take a look at what you're spending your money on. Take a
Mm,
step back. Is this really helping me get to
yeah.
where I want to be? Yes, no, go from there. But yeah,
Hmm.
very fun podcast.
Mm,
I enjoyed that one, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So if you enjoyed that or found value in it, then subscribe, follow whatever platform you're listening on. Get involved in the Instagram and Facebook page. I've had a couple of DMs recently with people asking questions. Keep them coming.
yeah.
We're both
100%.
free to answer questions whenever. Just drop us a DM.
Hmm.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.